Hey guys, welcome back to the channel for another video. This is day 4 off the vacation vlog. Today's the day we are finally getting into the park tonight for the special Star Wars event, which they're gonna have everything to do with Star Wars, especially in the Star Wars land, you know, from activities, you know, food, desserts, you know, performances, entertainment, all that good stuff. So I'm super excited, super hyped, you know, because they got a lot of new characters walking around, a lot of stuff I haven't seen yet before since the last time I've been here. You know, they finally got the Mandalorian and the little boy Grogu walking around in the park finally. I'm super excited, super hyped to see them. They're probably one of my favorite characters. Yeah, we're super excited. Right now we're walking to the park. It's about like a quick, you know, 5-10 minute walk, not too far, but we're probably gonna go get some lunch first, and then because we can't go into the park till like around 6 or so, because that's now when we're allowed to go in for the Star Wars thing. But yeah, we're just heading over there. It's kind of windy. I don't know if you guys can hear me quite good, but we're gonna be riding other rides too. You know, it's not just gonna be all the Star Wars stuff. I think the whole park is pretty much open for everybody, but they don't close till like 1 or so in the morning, which is crazy. I don't know if we're gonna stay there that long, but you know, yeah, I'll try to film everything that I can. I'm going to go on all the rides as possible and record those for you guys as well. For those of you who haven't made the trip down here to Disneyland, be sure to fill you guys in on what you guys are missing out on, because it's definitely, if you guys haven't been here, it's definitely worth the wait to come here. And it's definitely worth it to come at least once, you know, at least one time, because you definitely want to see it. Just the way everything is, the way the layout, the rides, you know, characters, you know, there's people walking around. It's worth the sight. It's worth to see it. And because for me personally, I just love, you know, seeing everything, all the architecture and everything, all the buildings. Just really makes it feel like you're actually there, and just transports you into a completely different, you know, reality almost, seeing everything the way it is. But yeah. So we're walking on our way. We're gonna try to get as much stuff as we can, and we're super excited to see what happens later tonight.
So as we made our way over to the park on this clear and sunny day, which was quite nice actually. It wasn't too hot, wasn't too cold, a little bit windy surprisingly, but very perfect weather for a nice day out. We headed over back to downtown Disney to eat and kind of waste a little bit of time before we made our way into the park. And what better place to eat is at my favorite restaurant in the downtown Disney area, Naples. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's good food. I do know that. So as we sat down and took in the atmosphere, they have this nice little patio section on the outside here, which is very nice and relaxing to sit at. But on the menu side of things, they have, you know, your typical traditional Italian type foods. You know, they got pizza, pasta, appetizers, everything you can imagine for an Italian place, which is really good and I definitely do recommend. But we started out with these fried cheese-filled dough. We get it every time and it's so good. It's kind of like an Italian version of a cheese stick, but it's very good. It comes with a side of marinara sauce. So delicious, so good. And then the Italian me can't resist a good chicken pasta. So when I pretty much get this every time we come here as well. But the pizza is also really good here as well. It's very, very homemade, brick style oven pizza, handmade dough. It's very good, so I definitely do recommend this place. If you ever, you know, walk by it, you know, never really, you know, noticed it that much or never really tried it, I definitely do recommend this place. And after getting our bellies full of delicious food, we went around to a couple more shops that we didn't walk into yet. But be careful, men, especially at this store, because if you walk into this store, your missus will definitely want to walk away with something. So fair warned when it comes to this stuff. But yeah, we just took a little walk around and eventually we made it back into the World of Disney store just to, you know, see if they had like any more, you know, stuff we missed on the last time, or maybe some new Star Wars stuff for the event tonight. And of course, when she stumbles upon her favorite character, she always has to say hi. And they also surprisingly had a lot of Stitch merch out for some reason, which I don't know if there's something, you know, related to him or whatnot, but you could definitely tell that it did make someone more happy.
He looks like he's done drugs. He looks cracked out.
Yeah,
He looks like Jimmy after a night of Look at his little lips. His little mustache.
He's seen some.
I'm a flippin' child, man. That's a pug. Should insert a photo of Maya.
And yes, that is my dog. And after waiting 3 days and nearly an hour in line to get into the park, we finally made our way inside. And as soon as you walk in through the front gate, you are greeted with these people that are handing out these specially made maps that will help you get through the rest of the night. And these specially made necklaces that proves to people that you can stay and they can't. Ah, Disneyland. A place where magic and wonder come to life that every family all over the world comes to see. With overpriced food and merchandise and hour-long wait times, who wouldn't want to be at the happiest place on earth? There's always one thing I tend to hate when I come to this place. What was it? Oh yeah, the amount of people that come to this fucking place.
Alright guys, we finally made it into Disneyland. We finally made our way here after being here for a couple days. Today is the day we finally got ourselves into the park, and we are just super excited to see what the rest of this night has to bring. Like I said, they're doing all the Star Wars stuff later in the evening, but for right now we're just gonna probably get all the favorite rides out of the way just so we don't have to worry about doing those later. Or we'll probably do them tomorrow too as well, but yeah. Well, we'll probably do everything, honestly. But either way, we're just probably, right now, we're just on our way to probably do one of our favorite rides we love to doing together. Probably one of the favorite rides, one of the best rides to do in the park, which is Pirates of the Caribbean ride. If you...
No, we can't play that.
If you guys haven't heard of that one, it's definitely a must ride when you come to there. You're definitely missing out when it comes to these rides, because it's probably one of my favorite franchises, one of my favorite Disney movies, and yeah, it's just a really fun ride, especially if you like pirates.
Which I do, so let's go.
We're going. Hopefully the rides aren't really too long this late in the day
15
already,
minutes.
but hopefully we can get in without waiting, you know, for an hour, which is normally on these rides could take, but hopefully we get in there soon, among other rides. So yeah, and I'll take you guys along for the ride.
So while we wait in line, let me tell you a little bit of history about the ride. Believe it or not, this is one of the very first Disneyland rides when the park first opened from back in the day. Opening in March of 1967, this is one of the very last rides that Walt Disney worked on before his death. The ride was first intended to be a walk-through wax museum, featuring realistic-like pirates. With the success of It's a Small World ride, Walt changed his mind and decided to make another water-themed like attraction, which was probably a good idea because I don't think it would have lasted this long. And as you can probably guess, the ride has gone through many refurbishments since it first opened from back in the day, including adding additions from the most recent Pirates of the Caribbean films.
Mr. Gibbs! Captain, we have our headache. Finally!
At the start, you enter your rowboat as you anticipate your swashbuckling adventure to begin. At the start of your voyage, you are met with this makeshift old colonial style outdoor setting, which is an actual restaurant, by the way. I haven't tried it myself personally, but I've always wanted to try it since it's right on the edge of the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. It really captures that feel that you're in that time period where piracy was at an all-time high. Even though it is considered to be a water ride, it's not your typical traditional one, so you don't really get wet too much.
Alas, my children, this is the day you should always remember as the day that you almost...
No, a pirate fight for me.
Oh, I got wet.
As you continue your voyage into the Pirate's Grotto, you will see various scenes of pirates' treasure that they hidden away centuries before. Some say that these souls are lost forever, damned to the depths, and trapped in Davy Jones' locker forever. And some souls might still be alive and well, wanting to party one last time before they are damned for eternity. This part of the ride is actually quite relaxing, you know, just take a slow and shallow pace through the grotto, just looking at all the various scenes of the lost souls that were once before. You can also take the time to sing along to the sea shanties that are playing as well. Avast, Captain! We have found the treasure! Quick! Gather as much as you can carry, because who knows what might be lurking about. Thus it brings us to the main attraction of the ride. You enter this big open space room that's just kind of dark in here, so you kind of do miss, you know, the little bits here, details here and there. But this section kind of focuses more on the first half of the first Pirates of the Caribbean movie, which I kind of wish they interpreted a little bit more to the other movies, but, you know, they probably didn't want to change the ride a little bit too much, you know, just to keep it to, you know, its former glory from back in the day. But on to Tortuga!
Tortuga.
And on certain spots of the ride, you can even catch the man himself, Jack Sparrow, looking in the shadows, which is kind of like a little fun game you can play to see how many times you can spot the pirate. And it is typically one of those visual-only style rides where you just take in the scenery and just look at the atmosphere around you, and it really engulfs yourself in the time period to makes you feel like you're one of the pirates on the dirty seas, ravaging for treasure. Oh, there he is again. Oh, you see him? You see him? Oh, I saw him. Did you see him? Did you see him? Oh, I saw him. It does make you think, you know, how chaotic life was back then, you know, just lawless land, everybody sailing the high seas for glory, for riches, and it just makes you think how tough it was to even survive back in the day. But it is one of those time periods where it's just fascinating to look back on, and they do a really good job at portraying that, especially in the pirate films, because this is definitely one of my favorite franchises and probably one of the best rides to ride in the park. And just like that, your voyage is over, as you can see with Jack Sparrow at the end here. But it is one of typical short ride, you know, like 10, maybe 15 minutes at most, but it is one of the best rides in the park, like I said. And if you guys haven't had the chance to ride it, I definitely recommend it to go on one at least once, because if you are a fan of the pirate movies and a fan of pirates, you definitely would like to see this one for yourself.
So this area right here, guys, is probably one of my favorite places to be in the entire park, because it's just so unique. It's just so different compared to other parts of the park. It just has like that old school, old New Orleans style feel, that vintage historical vibe feel to it. I just like it. It's just very different compared to what everything else is half the time, besides the Star Wars land. But the Star Wars land, that's a whole nother story in itself. We're gonna go there about a bit later, but yeah, that area is probably definitely my favorite. But I just like this area, you know, it's just very chill, it's very cool, it's very like historical. Like I just like that old school New Orleans type vibe, very brings you back in like a couple centuries ago, you know, nonetheless. It very fits that, you know, whole Pirates theme too as well, which I like it. It's very cool, it's very interesting, and it's also, you never know what you might find here. There's a lot of like secret shops, little secret you know, pop-up shops here and there that you would never know existed back here. So it's a really cool, interesting area to walk around in, check out. You never know what you might find around these corners over here.
Popcorn. Look at the ducks. The duckies. Look at them. Aww. Quack quacks.
So guys, and unfortunately the other ride we're about to ride, the other one that's one of our top 5 favorites here, is the Haunted Mansion, but unfortunately, as you can see, they're putting it down for reconstruction. So sadly, we can't ride it, because if you're a fan of Halloween, horror, all the horror vibes are there. It's definitely a must ride for you guys, but sadly they're reconstructing it. I don't know when they're going to bring it around, but hopefully next time when we do come, I'll be able to show you guys for that. But yeah, super bummed, super sad. It's probably one of the best visual rides that they have at the park, you know, besides all the new ones they've been building. But yeah, it's very classic, similar to Pirates. But either way, super bummed that they're not showing it up. But they're vamping a lot of rides, unfortunately, at this time that we're here. But hopefully next time when we come, they're going to be having a lot more stuff open. But yeah, but so far, no complaints. We still got the Star Wars night to be figured out later tonight.
And as we were making our way over to the next area, this gremlin couldn't stop to resist a little snack. But continuing on, we made our way past some nice scenery here, and we finally made our way into Star Wars Land.
Oh, can't play that either.
Even though we can't have the official Star Wars music playing in the background, I'll do my best to immerse you guys as best I can. But either way, it's still an amazing view to look at, especially if you haven't come here and seen it for yourself. Like, it really did a great job at immersing yourself within the world with all the amazing architecture. It makes it so lifelike, and it's just, from the scale of everything, just really makes you feel like you're part of the universe. With this life-size Millennium Falcon here right inside the centerpiece, it's just amazing to see. I mean, look at the size of this thing. I mean, compared to me, I mean, I'm barely 2 feet myself, but look at this. This is huge.
Right, so guys, we are currently in the Star Wars land. We kind of came here a little bit quicker than we expected, but I guess we kind of couldn't wait to get in here. But just being here is just so amazing. Like, it really feels like you just stepped into the universe, into one of the movies. I mean, it's just insane, from like everything, from like the food, the architecture, the people, the actors, everything. It just makes it feel so real and just so unique. Just look at this thing. Like, it's crazy to see like how realistic everything looks. Like, especially with like the props, it's just amazing to see, especially if you're a Star Wars fan. Yeah, I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan, like I said, but like I do appreciate, you know, the artistic influence and inspiration it makes to make all these things just look the realest they can be. It's just very cool to see. I like that kind of stuff. But and I do also think that this is the area that they will do like the light up lightsaber show, where everyone just lights up their wands, just lights up their swords, just lights up their sabers at the exact same time, and it just fills the entire area with light and colors, and it just looks so amazing. I've seen a couple of videos on there, but it's just be so cool to see it in person finally for the first time. So we'll see how that's gonna look like later tonight when it's all dark and stuff like now. But right now we're just probably gonna walk around, look at some new stuff, maybe check out some other rides before all the festivities begin.
So as we continued to walk around and decided what we wanted to do next, we saw all the other amazing props and ships that they had on display, which were really cool to see because they're really lifelike and very life-sized, actually. So it's very cool to see that you're like in this world and in this universe, and just makes you want to jump in one of them and see if you can fly one for yourself. But we decided to move along and head over to Tomorrowland, because we decided to start the night over there because they were having some Star Wars events over there as well. So that way we're not backtracking too much. So we decided to start over here and then head back to the main area itself. Plus there was some Star Wars rides over here as well. So we decided to check these off the list first. And this one is probably one of my favorites too to ride in the park as well, because you're acting as like a passenger in a galactic type transport system where you're going traveling from planet to planet, and every ride is different. There's a couple of different scenarios, so each time you ride it you never know which one you're gonna get. So it's a very cool little fun surprise.
You truly belong here among the clouds on Bespin, the first stop on your Star Tours getaway package. Stay and play in the clouds and enjoy the spectacular Fantasy in the Sky fireworks pageant every single night. The fun continues on the forest moon of Endor, where you'll sleep under the stars with the lovable Ewoks in their charming tribal villages. Your third stop brings you to the peaceful world of Alderaan, where you can relax in a natural wonderland, recently voted safest planet in the galaxy by Hyperspace Traveler. This incredible getaway package is 3 times the fun in one. So ask your Star Tours travel consultant to book yours today.
And after making sure your viewing glasses that they give you are put on correctly, you go into your own personal transport pod as you get ready to make way for your next destination. And as a fair warning, the video might look a little bit weird because you do have to wear the 4D goggles to see the picture correctly, so viewing it just through the camera, it might look a little weird, but it is still a fun ride to watch.
Board. Auto takeoff sequence initiated.
Excuse me, you don't seem to understand. I am not the captain. I am C-3PO.
1401, cleared for takeoff. Contact departure on frequency 429er.
Wait! R2-D2, I am not programmed to fly these things. Now just turn us around this instant before we get into trouble. I knew it!
Oh, prepare to be boarded, Captain.
I'm afraid there's been a terrible mistake. I am C-3PO.
We know you have this rebel spy on. Don't underestimate my power. I want that spy.
Someone could get hurt! Thrusters, are they important?
Star Tours, this is a restricted area. What are you doing here?
I have no idea!
Stay clear of the combat zone.
Combat zone? No! We need it! Brace yourself! Nobody move! I mean everybody move! Lean back! Do something! The transmission.
This is Cassianado with an urgent mission from the rebellion. With each day, the Empire grows more and more powerful. We need your help right now to fight back.
Right now?
Head to the coordinates I'm transmitting to you. Together we can win this. I'm counting on you.
Wait! We just tried! I don't like the look of this. Yes, actually, these are purple. Purple are the legendary space whales. Quite extraordinary. And so serene. Oh no!
Star Tours. 2 against 1 here. Gonna do some help.
Oh, we need to never end!
Nicely done, Star Tours. Appreciate the help.
R2D2, don't you dare!
Safe travels. Good to see you again, R2.
We will be landing shortly. I do hope you have enjoyed your flight and watch out!
That's why.
On behalf of Star Tours, thank you for joining us.
You've got a lot of explaining to do.
No more adventures, R2.
Please remain seated until the captain has opened the exit doors. You may then unlatch your safety
That one is cool, guys. Star Tours is always a fun ride. Probably one of the better rides they got here at Disneyland, especially if you're a fan of Star Wars. And it's one of the only rides here that's a very much a re-rideable experience, because every one ride is different. You never know which journey you're gonna get. I think it's like like 8 or so different type of videos they play. So yeah, it's very cool in that aspect. I like when rides do that. It makes you want to ride it again and more and just see what kind of outcome you get. It's really cool. So I don't think we've gotten that one before, so it's cool to see that we got a new video this time around. So yeah, we might actually just go on it again later tonight or tomorrow. I'm sure we'll probably ride it again, but we're probably gonna get something to eat right now. They got a lot of different snacks all across the park, especially themed for this tonight's Star Wars theme night. Look at this. They got a complete full menu list of all different stuff. I wish we could try them all, but unfortunately, probably our stomachs would not be happy with us if we did. But
I would myself.
I'm sure we both would.
My stomach would not be okay tomorrow.
But we're probably just gonna pick one that looks like the most appetizing, and yeah, we're gonna try it out for you guys.
So since our tummies were rumbling and we were aching to get some food, we decided to stop at this particular location just because we didn't want to walk around the whole park and decide what we wanted to eat. So we decided to get the duo sliders and the swamp water drink, which is actually pretty good. Actually, it's a mix between like a Mountain Dew citrus type, sparkling drink. It doesn't look that appetizing, but it surprisingly was pretty good.
It's actually not that bad. It looks like ass, but it's okay. I mean, it doesn't taste like it. All right, guys, so we got these little pre-made sliders. They're probably like one of the best things we looked at the menu, but they look pretty good. I think they're about like one's chicken, and one looks like a barbecue chicken. I think the other one's maybe like a spicy kind of chicken, but yeah, I'm sure this isn't going to be the only thing we're going to be eating tonight. I'm sure there's going to be lots of sweets, lots of stuff to try out later in the night. But so far, we're just going to have this for like a little snack, little kind of like dinner break. And then we're going to have to walk around, see what more, because a lot of the stuff is going to be starting pretty soon here. It's almost going to be like around 9 o'clock or so. So we're going to stick around here for a little bit, and we don't want to miss it. We'll try to kind of see all of them if we can. But I'm sure when the time comes, we're going to be able to let us know with the announcements. But we're going to stay here, eat this little break here, and then we'll see you guys in a little bit.
So as we munched down on this out-of-this-world food, it was probably what you would expect. It still is park food. It's still not the best kind of quality, but it is what it is. It's still cool that they changed up the menu just a little bit for this special event. But like I said, there was many more restaurants, many more types of food options. We just stopped at this particular location, but who knows, maybe next time we'll try to make it out ourselves again and try to make it to all these different food spots and try out every single one for you guys, which would probably be a mistake, but I would love to try it out and try to see all these different food options for you guys. But as we were nearly done finishing, the first event was about to begin, right in front of us actually, so we decided to hurry up, get a spot, and see what this event was all about.
They're gonna tell you. Jimmy, look.
Resistance fighters were reported in this area. They may have split up. Find them.
Yes, Captain. Let's move.
Eyes and ears on me. You'd better keep eyes on you. Our mission is clear. If you have information, you will give that information to us. If you pass information to the Resistance, you'll be considered a traitor. And a target.
Don't move. Identification now. I'm taking you to Captain Phasma. Move aside, civilians. Captain, this is the one we've been looking for.
How brave of you to show your true allegiance. How careless to do it in front of me. Enough of this. Troops! We're moving out. Now! Advance! Clear out.
Sneak attack.
Kind of actually lucky to get this particular spot because a lot of people are lining up already at the beginning of it, so if we didn't get the spot we did, we wouldn't have seen most of it, so I'm kind of glad that we stood where we did.
Patrol unit. Stay alert.
But moving out of Tomorrowland, we decided to do one more ride before we left, so we went on Buzz Lightyear's Astro Blasters, which I don't think I've ever been on. Maybe I've done it once, maybe a long time ago, but I don't quite remember it, most recently. But yeah, we decided to check it out, which was no wait time at all, so we got to walk right on and shoot some bad robots. Which I probably didn't do as best as I could have because I was holding the camera and trying to shoot at the same time, so if I get a bad score, let's just say that was the reason.
Are you beating me? This is bullshit.
I don't know. I can't tell what the I'm hitting. My fucking laser is not hitting them.
Don't forget to holster those blasters.
But to be fair, I was one-handed the entire time.
Oh, you suck. You're a dog booty.
No, that's weird.
I whipped his ass.
No, he cheated.
So after debating who had the best gorilla grip finger strength, we saw this ominous looking spotlight in the distance, so it has intrigued us to go check it out and see what it was all about. The f am I, Dr. Seuss?
Music is bumping. This goes on till fucking 1 a.m. We're 30 minutes in.
Time to party.
And it turns out all it was just a galactic DJ. And unfortunately, due to YouTube's copyright system, I cannot play any of the music that we probably have heard, so I've decided to put something that fit a little bit more of my taste. And even though we already ridden it one time, the gremlin couldn't resist riding it a second time. And as the night grew later, more and more Star Wars characters revealed themselves, such as the Mos Eisley Band from the famous Mos Eisley Cantina, playing their very own beloved song, which I probably can't show for obvious reasons, but they're playing it loud and clear throughout the night. And as more characters showed up, we finally arrived at the one we all wanted to see, the Mandalorian himself.
He's literally like a chubby child. Guys, we finally found him. We've been pretty much looking all day for this guy. And we finally found him. He's right over here. I don't know if you can see him, but it's pretty much a whole army of people trying to see him. And us over here. He's pretty much in tears just looking at him. But hopefully we get to see him. I don't know if we can even see him. Hopefully he doesn't go away in time, but yeah, I want to see him too. So no, don't cry. Why are you crying? It's okay. I know. I think he's cute too. Hopefully you get a chance. I mean, you kind of have to push your way up there to see him, but I don't know what.
I think I'm going to.
Huh?
I don't think I'm going to.
Well, I don't know why they don't have a line for him. It's just kind of dumb. But we found him. I don't know if you can see the baby Yodas. Oh, no, wrong way. I'll try to get closer if I can.
Damn, get deflected by the Mando. See, he doesn't even want you there. Pick me.
Wow, it's still cute though.
I will punch a child.
Hello. I think he likes you. Excellent.
That's dangerous that she's wanting to hold a stranger's hand.
Oh, it's cute though.
That is cute. She looks terrified.
Jack, who's this man?
This is not my dad.
You're not my dad.
You're not my dad!
I'm sure he'll come back.
Hello to Grogu.
I'm sure he'll be walking
I don't care.
around. I know. I mean, we have a couple more hours. He might be coming back. You never know. He might be here tomorrow too. You don't know.
No, he won't.
I mean, this is his area. I'm sure he'll be walking around with other people. No, I want to see him too. My God, look at that.
How do you keep the young ones from playing with the tentacles?
Look at that. He's got a mini one.
I'll punch him.
I want that. How do you get that?
It's literally the drink cup.
I want him. Is it the drink cup?
It looks like it.
I want it.
No, it's not, because the drink cup has a little...
That's so funny.
Thank you.
Move aside.
It's okay. At least we saw him. At least we saw him. It's okay. Yeah, we'll find him. We'll find him again. You'll probably.
That motherfucker knew I wanted to see him.
So he's probably just. Probably is going on break.
I don't give a He literally chose everyone around me. Everyone. I was right there. And he chose the bitch in the white.
Well, next time you get...
She was there after I was.
After unfortunately not getting picked by the Mandalorian, we decided to go through some of the shops to see if we can cheer her up a little bit.
Sounds like one of those chickens. Stop, you're gonna kill it.
As we made our way through multiple shops and stores, we walked through the place where all droids were made, the droid factory itself, where you can actually build your own personalized droid, or even a replica of R2-D2 if you wanted to. I've always wanted to do it, but the price range is a bit high for creating your own toy, but if you really have the money for it and you really want to do it, this is definitely the place to do it. And they're fully controllable as well, so you can torment the other Outlanders as you wish, but you can choose whatever parts you want to create your perfect little homemade droid. And as this droid held me at will, we almost missed this lightsaber show that we couldn't actually get a spot for, which is kind of unfortunate, but we still managed to see it a little bit. But unfortunately, due to the amount of people that were here, they had to keep the crowd moving, so if you didn't have a spot, you had to walk through it. But I got some of it at least. At least it counts, right? Now this is what it's actually supposed to look like.
Everyone, for the resistance! Activate your sabers!
Yes!
Now!
And due to the fact it was almost closing time, we kind of didn't know what time it was by the end of everything, so fortunately we didn't get to go through everything that was on the map tonight. So hopefully next time when we come back we can kind of plan our time a little bit better and go to the events and shows and stuff that we want to see, and maybe meet some new friends and hopefully get to see the Mandalorian next time, but we're just gonna have to wait and see. But yeah, so we ended up walking out of the main entry here, and then hopefully next time we get to come back and I get to show you guys just a little bit more. But we decided to head back to the hotel because tomorrow night is another adventure for Disneyland as well as California Adventure, so there's plenty of more stuff to see, more rides, more food. So I'll see you guys in the next one.